So good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. Welcome to another video and welcome to Waterside Beach in the beautiful Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick. So about 3 years ago I created a video in which I stated that I was going to work on a photography project, and given that I'm so close to the Fundy area, I thought the Fundy Project would be an ideal project. And in that video I mentioned I was going to concentrate on photography from Cape and Rage all the way down to Fundy National Park and the surrounding areas. As I say, that was 2 years ago, probably close to 3 years ago now. But a lot of things happened then, and not that I'm using that as an excuse, but when I look back on some of those images that I created for that project, some of them are just not up to scratch. For example, the image you see on the screen here was probably one of my favourites, and if you look closely at it, it's not pin sharp. And there was a few other pictures that I just wasn't happy with. So I decided that the Fundy project needed a bit of a kickstart. And lately, as you know, I've been doing a lot of ICM. So I think the Fundy project is going to change direction a little bit, and we're going to try and capture some ICM images of the surrounding areas. I have done a few videos now doing ICM in this area, and I'm really happy with some of those shots. So I thought I would continue that today and try and work towards creating a body of work which is going to be called the Fundy Project. What I'll do with that project, I have no idea. I would love to exhibit it somewhere locally maybe, something like that. That's kind of what I've got in mind. Whether that happens or not, who knows, but that's the goal, create a body of work. I'm not going to put an amount on the images, at least 12, but probably more. I've came down to Waterside today. High tide was about an hour ago, so I'll wait for the tide to recede. We'll get some patterns in the sand, we'll maybe get some images down on the rocks. Could be a mixed bag today, guys, really don't know. If you know this area at all, the tide's in right now, and as that tide recedes, and it recedes pretty quickly, you will see rocks start to appear, some giant rocks formations on the water there. Usually that would be the perfect thing for long exposures, like the image you just seen a few minutes ago. Don't know if we'll do that today or not. I'm kind of thinking ICM and maybe the patterns in the sand as the tide goes out. I think what I'll do for now is go down on the shore now as the tide's starting to recede, and then as the tide goes out a bit further, I'll come back up here and get some ICM shots looking down over the sand. It usually creates these big streams of sand and water, which is really kind of cool. I'll put an image on the screen now which you've probably seen in a previous video, but that was taken from here, and a couple others maybe, just to let you see the kind of thing I'm looking for, and we'll see if we can improve on that today. So this really is a beautiful location, absolutely fantastic. Waterside Beach, I consider it to be probably Canada's most beautiful beach. Already starting to see some patterns in the sand there. Beautiful stretch of coastline, guys, absolutely fantastic. Hopewell Rocks is just a few kilometres up the coast there. You may have seen Gavin Hardcastle photograph that iconic location. Something I've never done, but maybe one day. I think what I'm going to do for now is have a seat on that nice rock there, take a few minutes just to check out the location and wait for the tide to recede a little bit more, gather my thoughts and look for images. Glorious, absolutely glorious. So guys, it's hard to believe that this is actually the same beach. An hour ago I'd have been underwater. I went for a walk. It's amazing how quickly things change. I had the intention of doing some ICM, but it actually turned out I focused more on long exposures. Went out for a walk, waded through some of the puddles out onto the rocks there and did some long exposures. Had to work really fast, guys. It's amazing, absolutely amazing how quickly that tide goes out. So you would set up a composition focused on the rocks, and then all of a sudden more rocks would appear and spoil your composition. The tide goes out that fast. Like I say, an hour ago I would have been underwater. It's absolutely insane. So I've concentrated on long exposures and hopefully I got a few good ones. Like I say, I really had to work fast. Started off with the polarizer and the 4-stop and had to change to the 10-stop because the light was so harsh. So I think the first couple might be a bit overexposed, but we'll see what happens anyway when we get them home on the computer. Absolutely amazing day. A little bit of chill in the air, but it's absolutely glorious. And really loving it down here. Amazing location. The tide's gone out so far, there's no water around the rocks anymore. Unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it was the same beach where we started when the water was right up there. And that's only probably a couple of hours ago since I got out the car up here. So I think what I'm going to do is go up top on the hillside here overlooking the beach and see if it's possible to get a couple of ICMs. It's really bright, but my mission is to get at least one decent ICM in every time I go out. So we'll see. Not really sure what's happening, but what a glorious location. Waterside Beach on the Bay of Fundy. Absolutely amazing. So there you have it, guys. I did go up the top of the hillside like I said I would and try a few ICMs. There were some people working on a house up there, had some power tools going, so I couldn't really video. Not sure how those shots will turn out. I used both lenses, the 18-55 kit lens and the 50-230, and used both the 4-stop and the 10-stop. Fired off a few shots of the sand and the water, stuff like that, so we'll see how they turn out. But I think it's time now to shed a few layers and head back on the road. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope the images are as good as I think they are, and time will tell, I guess. Stay tuned for the gallery coming right up. All that's left to say is thanks a lot for watching. Cheers for now. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.